Why is this a fashion trend? I don't understand. Oh, this just looks so lazy and it doesn't flatter anybody. Oh, hello! Welcome back to my Chanel. If you followed my channel for any length of time, you will know that I love clothing and I love fashion. However, that does not mean everything in fashion is good. Now I will say, I do have very specific taste when it comes to fashion. I'm typically more inclined towards the darker or gothier side of things, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate when someone looks good in a style that is different than mine. That is not the case with these trends. These are the actual worst. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes. They have everything from animation, fine art, lifestyle and productivity, to business analytics. Skillshare is made specifically for learning, which means there are no ads, which is awesome. And they're always launching new premium classes, so you'll never have a shortage of content. So one of the Skillshare classes I'm taking now that I've really been loving is by a man called Zach Mulligan. He is a cinematographer, and he teaches a class called Cinematography Basics, Understanding Filmmaking Style. And one of the things I've learned in his class that has been really helpful for my own filmmaking is making a shot list and breaking down the script. That's been super helpful for me to plan my videos ahead of time to make them look even better. All of his videos are really fun and full of color, so he really inspired me to level up my own content. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. And this gives you instant access to all of the classes on Skillshare. So without further ado, let's dive into all the fashion trends I hate. And there's quite a few of them. So I just went browsing online to see what the current fashion trends of 2021 were to narrow my focus down just a little bit. And these are apparently the top fashion trends and the best current fashion trends in 2021. We'll see about that. Alright, number 1, hoodies under blazers. You're trying to mix casual with office wear and it just doesn't look good. It's like you gotta pick one. Do you want to be casual or do you want to be fancy? Hoodies by themselves? Hell yeah. Blazers by themselves? Absolutely. Together? No. I don't like it. It's ugly and I think it should die. Talking about the trend, not the person in this picture. I just don't understand why this is a thing, who thought this looked good. It's a no from me, sis. Sorry. Next up is cropped cardigans. I feel like this is one of those trends where it only looks good on someone who's really hot, and super hot people make anything look good. It just looks like you're trying to wear something that was meant for a child. It's too small, it doesn't look good, especially when it's buttoned all the way up to the neck like she's wearing it here. Now, if the cardigan were open, that would be a different story. If she had a cute top underneath, then absolutely, I'm all for cropped things. But the way this is styled, just by itself, buttoned all the way up to the neck, it's giving me a mix between you stole your younger sister's clothing and you're a grandma trying to look hip. I think with the different neckline this might be able to work, but I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. For some reason, it just makes me think of old people. Don't know why. And not in a flattering way. Absolutely not. Would not catch me wearing this in a million years. Oh Lord, who came up with this? Why? Boiler suits. Why? Why is this a fashion trend? I don't understand. It's basically a utility onesie. Why is this a thing? I understand all the rage about onesies. I own one myself. They're very comfortable. Hard to go to the bathroom in though. But this just, I don't get it. It doesn't look good. It just looks like you were working on a boiler and had to go out to an event and you just brought your purse and you're there. Not a good look. If you're trying to cosplay as a sexy plumber or something like that, then this would be appropriate, but for everyday wear, absolutely not. I just don't find anything stylish about this. Sorry. It really just looks like she didn't get time to change after work and wanted to go out. Alright, next up, puff sleeves. Now, to clarify, I think some puff sleeves are done really well, but they're usually on the smaller, more demure side. I own several puff sleeves myself, but specifically in this picture and some others, it's just too much. It's way too big. It just makes me think of a clown and I can't take it seriously. It's way too puffy, way too big. And I think specifically of this picture, the way it billows out all the way down to around her wrist, that's another thing that just makes it look off. If this were a shorter sleeve puff shirt, then I think she could get away with how big these puffs are. But the fact that it's a long sleeve shirt plus the high neckline, it's a no. I feel like this style belongs to Victorian ball gowns or nightgowns like the one in Crimson Peak, That one was amazing. But for shirts, not a fan. Alright, next up we got some vests. I do not like vests. I've never liked them. The only ones that I've liked have been the ones that go with suit jackets as part of a three-piece suit, and the feminine counterpart to that. But these big vests that look like your grandfather wore them, why? This just doesn't look good. Like in this picture, she has such a cute outfit on, she's rocking that headscarf. It would look so much better without the vest. And I've seen a lot of these lately, and a lot of people have been wearing them on fashion TikTok, YouTube as well, Instagram, and I just don't understand the appeal at all. Really, the best way I can describe it is something that they found in their great-grandfather's closet and decided to put it on and add it to their outfit. Oversized, the terrible patterns on the majority of them. It reminds me actually of one of my high school teachers who would wear a vest every day, and it was usually in a terrible pattern and just, no, it's not a good look. Lose the vest, please. Alright, so this is another one from the same article. Kind of goes along with the puff sleeves that I had talked about earlier. This is voluminous sleeves and shoulders. Again, I just feel like in some cases it's done well, but this is just too much. If you can fit your whole head into your sleeve, it's too big. Unless you're using it for concealed carry, then that's another thing. You go, girl. But I just feel like it totally throws off the proportions of the human body. It doesn't look good. It's like you have 3 torsos. No, it is just way too big. And that's what she said. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this one, but I don't care. Bucket hats. I have never understood the appeal, and I've seen them pop up so much over the past year and a half. They don't look good. I'm sorry. They just don't. And the only people they look good on are people who are really hot. And again, it goes back to my theory that if you put anything on a really hot person, they can make it look good. But by itself, no. Never liked bucket hats. I don't understand the appeal. I mean, if you need a coin receptacle when you're busking in the streets, then absolutely, this is great. But as a piece of everyday wear, it's ugly. All right, oversized pants. These also can be done well, but in my opinion, it's only when the waist is fitted and then it kind of flares out from there. For something like this, where it's big all over, it just looks like she took her boyfriend's pants, or her dad's. Especially if they're really big and baggy and they have a lower crotch, where like your actual crotch is up here and the pants go down here. There's just nothing flattering about that. It just looks lazy, it's silly, I'm not a fan. So I didn't know this was even a thing until I was making this video, but apparently there's something called shackets. The name itself just makes me chuckle. So apparently I had to look this up. A shacket is a shirt thick enough to be halfway between a shirt and a jacket. An ideal year-round layering piece, which I could absolutely get behind if all of them weren't super ugly. These just look like something a lumberjack would wear, and not in a good way. They're usually plaid, oversized, and it just looks, again, like you're stealing clothes out of your man's closet, which in some cases can work, but it's a no for me for the shackets. I can't. A shacket. Oh god. Alright, next we have disco ball. Now, I am all for glittery, sparkly clothing. I own quite a few pieces myself. But when it comes to really big, chunky glitter like this, or sequins, whatever it is, it just makes me think of Sweet 16s, teenagers who don't really know how to dress yet. How to put it? It just feels very immature. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Where it feels like something that a kid would wear, which is fine, but I don't see it looking good on a grown-up. Especially when it's something like this skirt where the pieces are just way too big. It looks like someone just wrapped her in these, loose, dangling, round pieces. It doesn't look like a well thought out garment. It just looks like someone slapped it on. So I'm all for looking like a disco ball, just not like this. Next, we got some loud logos. All logo ensembles. Now, when I was younger, it was actually really popular to wear logos on our clothing. I remember growing up, Hollister, Aerie, American Eagle, those were all really big, so whoever wore clothing with the big logos emblazoned on it, they were super cool. Now, however, I just feel like it's really tacky. If you have one logo on your outfit, especially for something high-end like Gucci, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, I think it's tasteful and classy. But if it's all over your outfit, from the top of your head to your shoes and your bag, it's just too much. I feel like this just screams, look how much money I have to spend on my clothing. Especially when it comes to the high-priced stuff like Louis Vuitton. I just don't find it stylish or classy. Next! oversized shoulder pads with boyfriend jackets. Oh, this just looks so lazy and it doesn't flatter anybody. It just looks like you were going through your boyfriend's closet and you found something way too big for you, but you're just gonna wear it anyway because you can. It's not stylish in the least. It just makes you look really dumpy, especially with shoulder pads. I feel like that just emphasizes how big these jackets are. If you want to make yourself look tiny, then sure, this will work. But other than that, like, this website says this is effortlessly chic. I don't get that at all. It's a big no from me. All right, so apparently yellow bags are trending, which I did not know. I will say this is a personal bias. I am not a big fan of the color yellow. I don't really own any in my wardrobe. And I think a yellow bag can look good if it's more of a golden yellow, but a lot of the bags that I'm seeing in this article as examples are this really light yellow and it just makes me think of pee. It's not a good look. Golden yellow absolutely looks great. Lighter yellow, just giving me pee vibes. All right, next is folk-inspired coats. Now, I am not a big fan of busy patterns or very loud, intricate designs, so all of these, while they look really nice, they just look like someone's curtains or a throw rug. And some tapestry-style outfits are really beautiful, but with these, it really just looks like you're wearing your rug. Or a tapestry, which I think is the idea, but just not a fan. All right, white knee-high boots. I love knee-high boots in any shade, but my problem with these is that all of the white boots that I'm seeing are slouchy fit, and they're not fitted to your leg at all. They're really baggy, they have wrinkles, and it just doesn't look very flattering on any outfit or any leg shape. If they were sleeker and more fitted, they didn't have any bags or wrinkles in them, I think it would look so much better, but all the ones that I'm seeing that are in style now are these really slouchy ones. And it just looks like you got a pair of boots that are too big for you. All right, so fringing on the bags. I love me some fringe. I do. I actually own a fringe jacket, which I love very much, but it can be overdone, and I feel like with all of these bags that I'm seeing, it's just too much. The fringe is bigger than the bag itself, and having owned some fringe pieces, I know how much of a pain in the ass it is to get those untangled, because the moment you walk around and go out of your house, they're all mixing with each other, they're getting tangled, and it is so frustrating to get them to look good. You pretty much need a brush to brush out your fringe every once in a while, especially when it's long like this. Now, if it were shorter fringe and just used as an accent rather than the overall statement for the entire bag, I think it would be so much better. But these, it's too much. It's too much. All right, so that is it for all of the fashion trends that I hate. What did you guys think? Do you hate any of these as well, or do you love any of these? Sorry. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.